a sport that, you know, you see a lot of competitive events in this area, but you also see a lot of recreational activity, and some of the best tracks in the state of Florida, you know, geez, they're 300 miles away, whatever. It's not really the case. We've got one of the best in the state right here in Polk County. It's called Bone Valley. And if you've never been there, you need to go. It's just east of Fort Meade and south of Lakeland. It's easy to find, and what a track it is. But there's been some expansions. Here to tell us about it, one of the directors of Polk County Parks and Recreation, Derek Harpe, who some of you don't know. His father, Lois Harpe, has a park named after him, Lois Harpe Park in South Lakeland. What a great park that is, and really laid the groundwork for so many of the great things that we have right here in Polk County. But stepping into his dad's shoes and moving the needle, Derek Harpe. Derek, glad to have you.
Good to be here, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Derek, ribbon cutting at Bone Valley. You've expanded, you've been working on this for years, diligently working on this for years. You've looked at all sorts of different angles, what's going to be best for the citizens and also for people that, say, a friend of mine that lives down in Miami, just loves coming up with his son and going out and riding and having a great time. Just a hidden gem.
It is. It's one of those parks that's been around a while. You know, we opened the original 200 acres 8 years ago. And after about a 12-year search for property and development and designing, and we love this park. It's unique to us. We have 135 ball fields and 85 parks all over the 2,000 square miles of Polk County. But this one's different and it's special. It's an activity we all grew up in, riding in the area, but we did it back in the day, probably in orange groves and cow pastures we weren't supposed to be in. But to have a beautiful place like this that you can take families and be safe and have a great time with motorsports is a tremendous asset to the county.
Well, ATVs, motorcycles, you could tell us what you can do out there.
So the park is designed for side-by-sides, four-wheelers, and motorcycles, right? Those are the off-road vehicles that you can take out there. On the original 200 acres, we have about 13 trails that are loop trails, one-way trails to keep you safe. We don't want any cross traffic on those things. We got 2 hill climb areas, 2 training areas, and now a 14-acre multi-purpose track that Dream Tracks built about 5 years ago for us. And also we have a single track trail which Florida Trail Riders helped us design through the woods. It's a very technical course for motorcycles. And then, of course, in May 4th, we'll be showing people what we have on the north side of the property.
So Central Florida is a special place for ATV owners, right? So yes. Literally more than half of the registered ATV owners in the state are in Central Florida. So it's a great market to reach. How do we plan to reach out to that and bring them out to the new expanded park?
So I don't think it's going to be a problem, right?
Yeah.
One of the big projects we had is if you ride to the property now, you'll see this great big bridge that goes across County Road 630. That was a long and arduous process to get that there. We finished that first part of this year. Now, on the other side, the things we're excited about is we developed about a 40-acre single trail that we lovingly call the motor coaster. Basically, the design was we want people to feel like they're riding a roller coaster while they're on their ATV. And our staff, Bob Kraft, David Teets, Corey Fussell, all did a wonderful job developing that. We did that in-house. We also contracted with Jason Baker, again from Dream Tracks, who built our first track, to build a motocross-only track that is world-class. He's out there right now as we're speaking, building it. We'll have a preview on May 4th, so you'll be able to come out and see the track, but it is going to be one of the best tracks in the Southeast, if not the country. This is a labor of love for Jason. He's a local kid, Bartow High graduate, and lives over here in Winter Haven. Just really nice to have that asset in Polk County. He's known worldwide for his ability, and he works for Red Bull and a lot of other really high clients. So we're very happy to have him here. And we're excited about that track. I think everybody else will be too.
Yeah, those off-road bikes and even the semi-off-road bikes, have a huge following. So that will draw a crowd, definitely.
Is that something you take your motorbike on?
I've been down there on a motorcycle. I'd borrowed a buddy's dual sport and went down and rode through there on that years ago. So,
well, I think the last time I was down there, just going through and seeing the offerings there are amazing. And I was talking about my friend and his son that come up from Miami, actually Parkland, and he's a extreme sports junkie himself. He's an offshore powerboat racer and all of this type of. In fact, he is the guy that runs the National Salute to America's Heroes down in South Beach. And so, he knows a good track and he knows a good facility. When he sees it, he's blown away. And sort of a testament to the quality that's out there. But Derek, if people, want to go out, they have to be prepared. And you're big on safety. I know safety is number one for you guys. You have people out there and so on. Are there any special requirements that people need to be aware of?
Just a few. I mean, I think people have a observation or a feel of what the place is, but you can visit our website anytime, bonevalleyatv.com, and pull all this stuff. But it's very simple. Bring a helmet. You ride a helmet. Your ATV has to be registered with the state, right? Which usually happens now during the purchasing process. Really easy. It's a one-time sticker you buy for the thing. It's good for the life of the vehicle. And then if you have young kids, under 16, you have to do a online course that you can get to from our website as well through the state. Other than that, that's it, right? I mean, there is a family facility, there is a county facility as well, so there's no alcohol allowed on site. But that's it. That's about all you need to know when you come out there. We'll take care of the rest. The fun's there. So just bring those out. And if you have any questions, you can always call our office at Polk County Parks and Rec, and we'll be happy to answer.
534-6911.
534-6911.
6911.
And the alcohol free is really, it's appreciated.
Well, it's family
for those
friendly.
of us, yeah.
And
you hate to be out there on your dual sport and have people who are not being wise in their, so I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Well, we do get that question often, and I just can't mix. I can't see mixing high-powered vehicles and alcohol in that kind of situation with blind turns and corners and stuff. You need to be aware when you're out there, but it is a lot of fun, and we really, really are proud of it.
Well, it's a family destination, but it's still going to provide the thrills and spills, hopefully not spills, but the thrills and spills of off-road activities, and it has grown exponentially in the last 20 years. And I know from my home state in Wisconsin, the snowmobiles, with the seasonality of that particular sport, people want something else to do, and so ATVs just became crazy up there. But down here, 365 days a year you can ride. Yeah. So it's one of those things. It's so we covered the the park as a whole, but this new area, the new 40 acres that you were talking about. I saw the stars in your eyes maybe 10 years ago when you had this dream of being able to use, and go over. But now you've got a bridge. You can safely go. You don't have to cross 630 anymore.
No. Let's say the original property was 200 acres. We bought 300 additional a few years after that, and it was across 630, right? So the bridge was integral in safely getting people across. So yeah, we have other things coming, right? The first things you'll see is the trail, the motor coaster, and the track, but the campground, the kids track, and additional trails are coming shortly after. So we'll keep working on those. We'll keep you updated as we keep opening things and keep it fresh and new things popping all the time for the next 4 or 5 years. We're very excited about the future.
Well, I think it's great. Remarkable job, and you and Mike Callender really stayed with this. And your perseverance should be applauded, and I think that the off-road aficionados here in Polk County and throughout the state are going to enjoy this new opportunity right there in Bone Valley. So make sure you get a hold of Parks and Recreation, and you can see all the kind of the core benefits, if you will, and the features of this new park. Ribbon cutting, again, is May 4th. Oof.
Time flies.
I'm running a little behind here. May 4th, check it out, everybody. And Derek, thanks so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. You guys always do a great job.
Pleasure being here.
If you enjoyed this interview and want to watch more Sports Central, click the video below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.